watch this video, you will save money. Find out why right here, right now. Greetings petrolheads and welcome to RomRom.net, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing, and to a regular news roundup where we tell you all that's new in the world of sim racing, racing games and anything else of interest to petrolheads in all things digital. If you have any news for us, be it a sim racing league, a different sim racing event or any other news you think fit here, send us a mail to news@romrom.net. That's news@romrom.net. My name is Serta and I will be your host for this video. These are the news this week. Sector 3 released an important update of Raceroom this month and let us glimpse into the future of this sim, which may be very interesting. They started by explaining why there were so many server updates in the first half of the year. As because of the pandemic, many partners wanted to do online racing on Raceroom Racing Experience, the servers had to be set up in time for those races and changes had to be made regularly on the servers to allow for those races. This meant work on content outside of those events was on the back burner, as unsurprisingly, Sector 3 does not have unlimited resources to have people working on all fronts at the same time. The update released on August 11th brought a lot of changes to the AI, a new layout for the Raceroom, and preparations for a brand new track they teased, and which other sources comment may very well be Tilke's Ciudad del Motor de Aragón in Spain, also called Motorland Aragón, a track we don't know at all. But not an odd choice if it turns out to be true, considering that WTCR will host 3 races there in October. Coming back to the update, Hockenheim, Monza, Nürburgring and Zolder have been updated to their 2020 real-life designs. Bathurst, Bilsterberg, Dubai, Imola, Indianapolis, Macau, Moscow Raceway, Nordschleife, Sachsenring, Sepang and Shanghai have had improvements for the behavior of the AI, as happened with the Formula Raceroom X17. There's also been enhancements in the support for Fanatec direct drive wheels as well as Thrustmaster wheels, and the dedicated server got an update to add a scheduling feature. As we said, they also let us have a glimpse into the future of the sim. At the moment, the developers are busy preparing Raceroom Racing Experience for the DTM 2020 cars and regulations. On longer term, they are researching ways to implement rolling starts, engine mappings, driver swaps, which are important for endurance races, and having slots occupied by the AI in multiplayer races. While they have the goal of having these implemented until December of this year, they are not promising any of those yet, which is sensible considering it's too soon in the development cycle to be sure about the amount of work needed to change the code. Now, if they would only change the pricing scheme, we'd be the happiest sim racers in the world. You may have asked yourself that question at some point. If you have, we can give you an example based on the Circuit de Catalunya, better known as the Barcelona track of F1, GT and MotoGP fame. The numbers are as follows. Since 2009, the circuit has accumulated a loss of 57 million euro, which supposedly will be covered by the Catalan regional government. On the other hand, the yearly cash flow is 340 million euro, of which 42 million have to be subtracted for taxes. 7 of those million go to the regional government, the rest to the Spanish central government. The circuit gives work to 10,000 temporal employees per year. Every Formula 1 race in the circuit has cost them 21 million euro that go to Liberty Media against the 163 million euro income before taxes and expenses that it generates. Of course, F1 is the cash cow for the circuit, but let's not forget the thousands of fans of MotoGP and GT and GT4 races. Other happenings include the Rallycross World Championship, the 24 Hours Motorcycle Endurance Race or Moto2 and Moto3 races. We suppose suppose we got hold of these numbers because the discussions of a new F1 contract start in September and because there were some accusations of embezzlement against the former presidency, and the new presidency wants to be more transparent. But anyway, it's interesting to see them, especially against the backdrop of circuits like Nürburgring, which went bankrupt in 2012. Aecon, KT Racing and the FIA will offer 7 places to young rally racers, including a place specifically held open for a female rally racer. Those 7 will take part in a training and coaching program supervised by the FIA with the aim of joining the FIA Junior WRC. To be able to be selected, you will not only have to own WRC9, which comes out on September 3rd on the Epic Game Store, but also the FIA Rally Star DLC planned for December of this year. Qualification will not start until 2021 though. Also, you will have to be between 17 and 26 years old and pass a multi-phase selection process within the game. I'm so out of question. No information about the price of the DLC has been given. Personally, I would expect this to be a free DLC, but nobody's asking me. According to the press release, this was an idea of the FIA. Seems there are still 1 or 2 creative minds left in the pool of old men running the circus. Razer Studios have released their Silverstone DLC, or as they call it, the Silverstone Pack DLC for Automobilista 2. For a price of €9 USD, you'll get 4 versions of it in 4 different decades: 1975, 1991, 2001 and 2020 with, and we quote, additional layouts for the main track in each era, gradually added in future updates, end quote. An odd choice of words we can only interpret as Razer not having been able to finish work on the DLC in time, especially considering the lack of a track map, the AI driving on grass, and an overall strange behavior by the AI. Also, they finally released the changes we talked about in past news, including several licensed classic Formula cars like the Lotus 49C and the Brabham BT26A. If you were planning on buying this classic, as in old, game from 2016, you don't have much time left. According to a forum post by one of the developers, the game and any downloadable content will disappear from the online shop on the 27th of September, supposedly never to be seen again. Whoever owns the game will still be able to play it though. Time again for a juicy price reduction, this time through Humble Bundle. The Racing Sale offers okay to good prices for different racing games and sims. Amongst them, the Assetto Corsa Ultimate Edition for less than €10 USD, which we wholeheartedly and infinitely recommend. Assetto Corsa Competizione and the 4-track DLC, which may be interesting to you if you like GT cars. Many of the F120 whatever games, which are quite okay, Dirt Rally 2, which is said to be the best of the rally games out there, the Motorsport Manager game and its DLCs, and even the VR-ready kart racing game Kartcraft, amongst many other games and sims. Go take a look, there may be something interesting for you. We've put the link to the sales page in the description of this video. But you may want to compare prices against the KT Racing sale on Steam, in which you'll find some of the games and DLCs you can find on the Humble Sale, including some of the WRC games, TT Isle of Man or V-Rally 4 with some of their DLCs. And yes, the link is of course in our description. Between those 2 sales, it's a feast for racing fans at the moment, am I right? What is also clearly a feast for racing fans is the amount of videos that we have in offer, so check the playlist to the left or the video to the right. Until next time, save fuel, collect pickup, and we'll see each other at the podium.
Visit romrom.net to connect to fellow sim racers and sim racing fans.